In Montgomery County, the school system is making some big changes to its COVID-19 contact tracing protocol. Starting next week, universal contact tracing will be a thing of the past. Fox 5's Melanie Alnwick is live at MCPS headquarters with a breakdown of the big changes to come. Mel.
Hey, good morning. And Montgomery County Public Schools put out the notice yesterday saying they were following CDC guidance and guidance from the Maryland Department of Health. I was doing a quick check, and from what I could tell so far, Howard County and is still doing contact tracing. Frederick County is not. Anne Arundel County is not any longer. So there still is somewhat of a patchwork of policies. But really what's leading this is state epidemiologists across the country say that, you know, with so many asymptomatic cases and with some people not even knowing they have it or people not reporting their results, that it really makes more sense to put those resources into high-risk areas like congregate living settings and nursing homes. Now, let's rewind to this time last year, and it was just really a huge burden, we know, on Montgomery County Public Schools, school staff and administrators, everybody having to take a hand in contact tracing. Each positive case in a school could easily mean 5 or more close contacts that needed to be notified personally, and schools sometimes had dozens or hundreds of positive students and staff. So the case counts have now slowed, and Montgomery County Public Schools also says that widespread vaccination is another reason that they're changing this policy. So starting May 2nd, schools will no longer automatically individually notify students, but they will continue to notify at the classroom grade or school level as appropriate, and daily cases will still be reported on the COVID-19 dashboard. They will, however, contact trace if there is an outbreak in a classroom or a school. Now, one factor public health officials point to for the changing guidance is the use of rapid home tests, which people generally don't report. They also say that with the fast-spreading Omicron variant, the highest risk of transmission is really before somebody notices they have symptoms or gets a test or reports that to authorities. So contact tracing is really somewhat ineffective in those cases. What they are asking from a national perspective is they're asking people to sort of take responsibility for themselves, for their families and their friends, and if they have a positive case, to do their own contact notification. People that are close to them, let people know so they can make their own tests and judgments about what to do next. The school system also says here that they are continuing to monitor cases, and they could perhaps revert back to the old way if necessary.
All right, Mel, that's the latest on what the cases are, and now let's find out what the people are saying.
Yeah, that brings us to this morning's Fox 5 Live Insta poll. We are asking, should school districts stop contact tracing for COVID-19? Most of you, 83%, saying yes, they should. You can chime in. Just visit our website, fox5dc.com, or download the free Fox 5 app.